welcome to Game Plan Sunday. Today is August 2nd, 2020, and we just wrapped up the month of July going into August. Got a couple of more days, less than 100 days to the election. So we're going to start seeing a lot of volatility popping. We're going to talk about some of that here today. What I want to actually do is show you guys the website here, because we're actually going to host some of these things on the website. Got a couple of new features that's in here, and I want you guys to get familiar. So if you haven't registered or subscribed, make sure you subscribe and register to the website itself. It's free. We are independent of Facebook, YouTube, the algos, or what have you. They will not Nick Cannon me, okay? I own and control my own platform. That's no dig to Nick. I think he'll get back. But you guys got to understand what we're doing here is monumental. And I'm just so happy to have you guys to help me and to be a part of this movement here. So whenever you guys log into your site, you can always go check out the news feed. Always make sure you check out the news feed. That's this little button right here. When you get to the news feed, you'll see a lot of things that you're probably going to be concerned with on that news feed. So make sure you guys check in on that daily. OK, you get awards, badges, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, you can see, you know, here we have upcoming events, which right now, this is what we're doing right now. Game Plan Sunday, bingo, right there on the left. OK, and you can see what's coming down the pipeline. In there, you can click on that and get more involved. You can also see who's online. So if you want to, you know, connect, send a chat, send a message, boom, you can do that, right? So make sure you guys do that. Also, this week, I was plugging you guys on the groups, all right? That Think Script Coders groups. You guys like those fly indicators on TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. A lot of these indicators are, you know, hundreds to thousands of dollars. And we're dropping them off right here for free. So again, you know, Wallstreet Jackboyz, the training itself ain't number but $297 lifetime access for that. The indicators that you're getting are, you know, double the price of what you're actually paying just to even get the education. So again, we don't, you know, force anybody to join it, but just know that you have all these tools that's available. And if you're paying for the service, make sure you utilize all of that. All right. So cool. What I want to do is actually show you guys this feature here, and we'll kick it off with the events tab. Let me actually go to red so you can see this. So you have events right here in the title menu, and then you also have this little calendar button right here. So a couple other cool new things that's in there, but this I just want to focus on that. So all you guys got to do is just go there, and every day, you know, you'll see what's popping. So I'm gonna go to events, and we're gonna talk about you know, what's coming down the pipeline this week. So we'll, you know, jump off here and yeah, so we'll just talk about what's coming down the pipeline here. In fact, let me just quickly recap what happened over last week, right? So last week, as you guys know, I was, you know, laying to rest my grandmother and grandpa from, you know, they passed from COVID, and we had to lay them to rest. And so I was out the game for a couple of hours, if you will, maybe a day or two. But I'll see that you guys were actually taking care of business in chat. And if you guys can see here on the bottom of my screen, I got this chat button right here, boom, and I pop it open. And this is the chat room right here. All right. So we have all these different, you know, users and plays that's in here. Great setups right here in the chat. Again, a lot of companies is out there, they charging $200 a month for, you know, these setups and everything in here. And again, you need to be in here every day. This is a feature that's available for you guys. It's free. You're not charging anything extra for it. But this is where we are. And this is where you get the charts, the setups, the plays, all of that. So make sure you get in the chat room. But I just want to give a huge shout out to, I think it was Ron, Jonathan, Justin. You know, you guys are actually taking care of business while I was out. So I definitely appreciate that. If I missed anybody, my apologies, but I do know that those guys are very active. So appreciate you guys keeping it popping in the chat and dropping those plays off in there and making some money at the same time. So that's the chat room. And again, for you Apple users, make sure that your apps are updated so that you can actually see access this here. So if you don't see it, just update your browser and everything. Safari is a little finicky. You can just jump into Google Chrome if your Safari is giving you any issues with getting into the chat. Just go to your Google Chrome and you shouldn't have any issues there. But if you do, make sure you hit me up directly right here in your little inbox right here, or you can hit me up in a little chat. You can do a side chat with me. We do video calling and all of that is, you know, right here in the chat. So you have multiple ways to get in, you know, communication with myself and your peers and to get some support right away. All right, cool. So with that, We had gold that had a major rally, and that was popping. At the same time, we did have some good earnings that came out, with the tech stocks as expected. So they did their thing. But gold was the story. And let's actually, what I'm going to do here is just take you guys what's coming down the pipeline this week. So what I was showing you with this events thing here, I want you to check this out. This is on the website. It's a free resource, okay? Free resource for you. I built this, handmade, scripting, everything. As y'all know, I do this, all right? So you can go here, and we're in the list mode right now. I like to access this through my monthly mode so I can see what's coming through the pipeline. I'm gonna show you guys this real quick so we know what's happening, all right? So, cool. So I'm gonna go hit that monthly button right there. And now I have a monthly view, okay? So this is what's in the pipeline this week, right? So we're coming for the week August 2nd, right? Or August 3rd, if you will, August 3rd to the 7th. And this is the weekend, the last two here. But we can see what's coming down the pipeline here, okay? And basically, let me just actually show you guys. All you have to do is hover over what you see, okay? These are the events that's popping. All you have to do is hover your mouse over it, and it is going to tell you what that event, what's included in that event. You don't even have to click into it. Now, some things you do want to click into, but you don't have to, okay? So one of the things that we have in here, we have, basically economic, impact and news, and then we got the earnings that's in there. I also parse the earnings plays from AM setups to, the AM earnings, before the markets open or after the markets close, so that you can know when to expect those events to occur. This is going to help you with your trading, because obviously you don't want to be caught up in the trade and you didn't know that the earnings was going to come through, and that would just, ruin your life. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. Now, some of the details in here for these 2 weeks is a little busy in here, but as we scroll down to the further months, you'll start to see that the calendar starts to lighten up. But I'll be updating this here. But we're good to go pretty much for the whole year. But you guys will see some other events that'll pop up in here. One of the things I want to show you is that, like, if you see me hover over this button here, talk about the unemployment insurance weekly claims. Another thing that I put in here is a description so that you can understand what some of the economic indicators that we're looking at, or the reports, just a brief description of what that report is about. A lot of times, a lot of stock groups don't even really cover this stuff. They talk about it, but most people don't even have any idea what's going on. So all you got to do is hover it, and then you get an idea what's popping off in there, right? Unemployment insurance weekly claims. There's a description. It says tracks new filings for unemployment insurance benefits that covers the week ending the previous Saturday. So that gives you a little, a little overview of what to expect when that event occurs. These are all market moving events. So, negative or positive news normally moves the markets. And so we want to be aware of those. And this is right here on the site. All right. So if we go to the, I'm going to just actually come here on Monday. So we'll take a look at what's coming down the pipeline right now. And the only reason I'm going into this view here is just because it has a little more events in here. So if it has more events, then you have to click into it to see all the events. And so basically for earnings here in the AM session, we got Tyson's Foods, we got Clorox, okay? We got McKesson, we got Ferrari, we got Marathon Petroleum. Obviously, there's more stocks that are going to be, given their earnings. But I had to, make it, pretty simple in here. So what we're doing is we're just taking a look at like the most popular or the top 5 from the AM session and the PM session, giving us 10 stocks that we can just focus on. Because if not, some of these days you got 300-400, stocks is giving earnings. You don't want to be going through all of them. You just want to hit the highlights where people, the most traders are going to be funneling their money through. So that's what we're looking at Monday. And again, the 7:30 time frame, a lot of these earnings are coming out through different times. The 7:30 just letting you know it's AM session. Some of them start before 7:30, but 7:30 is a good, indicator so you can understand that this is just the AM session, okay? So that's what we have popping for the AM session for earnings. All right. And then scroll down here to the PM session. We got Take Two, all right? Take Two Interactive. You got Virgin Galactic, Chegg, AIG, and Diamondback Energy. Okay, so that's what's popping off on Monday. The time frame is after 4 o'clock, so this is after earnings. Okay, after the stock market close. All right. You guys can see that. Let me know if y'all like this feature here or not. All right. Also, we do have the ISM manufacturing numbers where we'll be focused on the PMI numbers. This report comes out at 10 o'clock. All right. Let me know if you guys like this feature. Just type in a Y in the chat and let me know if you like this feature. I'll show you something else too. I'm going to just click on this event itself. Let me see. All right. So if you click on this event, all right, you get a brief description in there. Okay. So you get your brief description, let you know. Got a little typo in there, of course. The most important economic data released by the private sector would focus on manufacturing. It's the first monthly report on the economy. So this is why we go through this report. And this is going to be tomorrow. It releases at 10 o'clock. You can see the details here. A cool thing is that if you want to actually see that report, the website is here. So the links are included, so you can actually go grab that. So really, again, for a lot of people to get this type of information, try to subscribe to Yahoo Money. MSN Money, try to subscribe to Wall Street Journal. I mean, a lot of these places are charging, $400 or $500 a year. All right. I did the footwork in here, saves you a lot of money and time. Make sure you utilize this tool here. OK, it's free. All right. It's in here. Also, another cool thing you can do. Bingo. Hit that Google Calendar and this calendar will pop up in your calendar. So you have it on your phone. Right. You can actually do it here. I done put it in the legwork. For you iPhone users, iCal export. Boom. You can actually export these events right into your calendar so you know what's coming up, right? Especially if you got some trades popping, and especially if you working and you got trades, you trading from your phone and you don't even know what's popping off while your position losing money or while your position, making money. Like this is a good tool for that. So definitely check that out. Now to go back to our monthly view, all we have to do is just go back to the calendar tool itself, the event tool right here. Oh, crap. My annotation, right? Bingo. You can go right here, click that or click that. It'll take us back where we need to be. All right, cool. All right. So that's what we got popping off on Monday. All right. So remember ISM numbers, and we got a couple of earnings. We got Tuesday, we got the motor vehicle sales. We got earnings. Let's see. I'm going to just hover over this one, okay? We got CyberArk, we got Ralph Lauren, we got BP, Lending Tree, and Insight before the bell. After the bell, we got Walt Disney. We got Beyond Meat. We have Activision Blizzard. That's for those gamers out there playing Call of Duty. We got Twilio. We got Wynn Resorts, okay? Now, of course, there's going to be more companies in that, but these are the highlights, all right? And then on Wednesday, we got CVS in the morning. We got Moderna. I know you guys been paying attention to Moderna. It's been all over the news. We got Teva Pharmaceuticals. We got Humana. So we got some health companies that's popping off in here. I don't know if you guys was following the Kodak situation. I was, of course, out because I had to bury my grandmother. But, Kodak just went bananas because the government is basically going to be funding them to get into the pharmaceutical business from my understanding here. And that's interesting. The government is picking winners and losers the way that they're doing to help Kodak, a film company, to break into the medical industry here, which I think is very, very interesting. And, that's, more corporate socialism here. All right. But that was an interesting thing. As you guys see, we had those pharmaceutical companies on Wednesday in the morning. And then in the PM session, we got Roku, we got Square, we got Etsy, Western Digital. I threw Fitbit in there because I know a lot of times you guys like Fitbit, so we threw Fitbit in there as well. So a little bit of tech in there. So we got some medical and some tech. Now we got the ADP employment numbers. That's going to be at 8:15 in the morning. That'll give us some insight, on the labor market. But that's what's popping off on Wednesday. All right. Then on Thursday, we got Bank of England announcement for their federal funds rates. Then we have the unemployment. Let me see, unemployment insurance claims. It's going to be 8:30 in the morning. And you guys remember last week, those numbers were actually they look like they headed to the wrong direction. They were going down and then they were starting to stabilize. And now they're starting to look like they're coming back up. That's not a good sign. So this week, we'll see if that is going to start to try to level back down, or is it going to continue to go up? And I believe that it's going to continue to go up, but we'll see. All right. So for the AM session, we got Viacom. We got Kronos for you weed stockers out there. Bristol Myers, Cardinal Health, AEP. Let me dial into this one here. Thursday is going to be like heavy. I think it's like over 400 companies that's reporting on Thursday. It's going to be super heavy. So Wednesday and Thursday is going to be heavy. We got Uber, Trade Desk, Groupon, Dropbox, and T-Mobile for the PM session. All right. So we got some communication stocks in there. All right. And then Friday is when the low lightens up. All right. Low lightens up. Got a few earnings in here. Canadian Solar, Century Casinos, Horizon Global. We normally don't play these, so I don't really care about those. So Friday is going to be like a take it easy day. TripAdvisor, Radian. Yeah, so Friday is going to be pretty light. Now we do get the employment situation for July. So it's going to give us some key information about the job number. So we get that data here on Friday. All right. So that's this week. And again, this is our event tool on our website. All right. You don't have to go anywhere else to get it or pay any money. It's right here. And you can actually look forward into the future as well. Go a couple of months, if you will. So again, I hope you guys like it. I've been putting in a lot of work here. Got some extra tools in here, trying to figure out how to use them to give you guys some opportunities as well. So we'll get into it, right? Okay. Another thing is that like you see like the Game Plan Sunday, this event here. I don't want to hear about nobody talking about where's the link to join Game Plan Sunday. Like this is just inexcusable. It's the same link every week, same place, same time. But it's also on the website. It's been on the website for you guys that don't know. Here at the title menu, you can actually join live right there. Okay. But what I did is I actually just included this link in here so that you can actually join from the event itself, right? So you got that as well. Let me actually just click on that real quick. It's a little camera button, and it's going to take us right here to the event itself. All you got to do is jump into Game Plan Sundays. It'll tell you the event. And you got your links in here. You can join straight from right here. You can watch the previous episode. Again, add it to your calendar. If you're going to be calling in, we got all the call numbers and all of that. All of that's built right into the website. All right. Cool. All right. So with that being said, let me also show you guys the groups. You see this little icon right here. You can just hit that icon right there and you can get involved in the groups. We've been plugging this in this week because myself, along with Justin and Deshaun, this ThinkScript Coders group, again, if you guys want the tricked out indicators and all of that, just come to the ThinkScript Coders group, right? And make sure you join it. So you got to voluntarily join the groups, of course, but you can get yourself some handy dandy, really nice indicators, and that'll definitely help you out. So you can go to the discussions or go to the feed. I'll just show you this real quick. Hit the discussions. This is working on the scan alerts with Topaz. And yeah, bingo. There you go. So you get all the little hacks and all of that in there, how to automate your scan alerts and all of that right up in here. Some pretty dope indicators. All right. So, definitely make sure you check those out. A lot of places, again, charge hundreds to thousands of dollars for these indicators. You guys get these resources for free. All right, bingo. So let me go back to the news feed and wrap this up, and then we'll take a look at the charts. But again, as soon as you hit the news feed, you already see what's coming up, right? You already see. So you don't even have to really go to the events page. As long as you're on the news feed, you got everything you need right there in front of you. And then you can have the chat room open at the same time, right? While we in there throwing in the plays, and you good. All right, cool. Let me just scroll down here real quick. Make sure you guys check this out. I thought this was pretty interesting. This is from Jeff Bezos. I did a financial model on Amazon a while back, and it's pretty interesting to see how this guy really came up. If you are a business owner, business person, or if you're into business or hope to have your own business, I highly encourage you to read this article here. This is a statement, they were given the, I say they, meaning that the big boys, Facebook, Apple, Google, and Amazon, they had to give their testimony to Congress, because Congress is pretty much threatening to try to take over. They think they got too much power. But anyway, this is a statement that he wrote, before he went on. But check that out. These are the employment numbers. This is what I was just talking to you guys about, those employment numbers, the unemployment numbers, how they're going up. As you can see, I already highlighted up in there that there was an increase of $12,000. Excuse me, 12,000. I said dollars, but 12,000 unemployment claims. And they actually revised the previous week by 6,000. So last week was higher than the week before after the revisions. So that means we're going into the wrong direction. All right. So that's something you can see, paying attention to that economic data. All right. We had GDP, right? GDP came through, fell through the roof. Worst ever in history, right? You guys can see it fell 32.9%. But economists expecting 34% drop. So I guess because it didn't get that bad, that, the markets was kind of unfazed, right? So that's why we didn't get too much phasing. But this is still terrible. The markets is super manipulated. When you take a look at the economic data, you can see this for yourself, all right? This is a fall of, this is production. So you're not producing anything. And we have massive issues, right? Here we go again, talking about that. All right, let me get us off of the website here. I'm sure you guys had enough of the website. And for you guys that want to get your hands on the Wallstreet Jackboyz mask, all you got to do is go to your merch, hit this little button right here, click on merch right there. It'll take you to the merch store, just in case you're interested in how to get your hands on that. All right, cool. Y'all know I had to show y'all. I've been putting in work, man. All right, so check this out. Here we go. Equities. Here we go with equities. Equities are down right now. Okay. Let me switch over to yellow. All right, so the equities markets is down right now. We got the ES down 10, NASDAQ down 22, Russell down 7, the Dow down 100. All right. So this is not bad after hours. Normally, if you see like down 100 points, it's going to be a train wreck the next day. As of right now, it's not a train wreck right now. It's actually pretty light, so we can possibly overcome this tomorrow. But I think that we're in a choppy phase right now with equities. I think we're going to trade within this range. If you guys are looking at the chart here, I got this target up here, the 3,300 target. I think we'll trade within this range. I don't think that we'll plow through this, although we may. I just don't think we're going to plow through it. I think we may come up to it and tag it and continue to chop. But remember, the highs that the S&P has to fulfill would be that 33.97, which is pretty much right here at my 1618 extension there. So again, that's where we are on the S&P 500. Take a look at the Russell. Take a look at the Russell. The Russell tells an interesting story here, and the Russell tells an interesting story because it cleared its 200 moving average resistance. Okay, let me just spread this out a little bit more. All right, cool. So it cleared that zone, but then it didn't clear this 786 Fibonacci retracement. It's been chopping here, so it's clear resistance up here. And you see my 9 moving average. It is a custom one here with the Wallstreet Jackboyz indicator. So if you are a member, if you take the class that we have on moving averages, you'll get that indicator for free. But you see that it's turning red right here at the tip. And so it means that this is rolling over. So interesting to see, will the Russell roll over this week or not? And that's what it's looking like. The Russell look like it's getting ready to roll over, although it cleared at 200. But my trend indicator is coming down here. I got a sell trigger that's in here. It is in the overbought territory, according to my stochastics in here. And I do have some squeezes popping off in this thing. But the Russell has been weak, this whole time. The Russell, think about the Russell as, the United States. Just think about, local domestic. Okay, so the domestic stocks, American companies, I think that we was able to get a rise up in here because of the opening up of the economy. So, we started coming up in here, but I believe that, the economy is getting ready to shut back down. Now, probably not like it was before, but certain states, because of the COVID numbers are increasing, they're starting to put these lockdown parameters back on, or mandatory masks and things like that. That's hard for some of these companies to even keep up with. And so to me, that's the story behind, my assessment here. And then also, if you take a look at the Russell's high was up here, and look how far it's been down here. Okay. And it could be forming a nice little cup and handle in here. So one could argue, right? But yeah, I'm just not seeing it because it hasn't behaved in such a way. And I believe that U.S. stocks are in big trouble. I believe they're in big trouble. The Fed has managed to reinflate this bubble with more debt. And I just don't think this is good news for these companies here. So that's the Russell. Now, the NASDAQ has been leading the way. And I believe that the NASDAQ will continue to lead the way. So the NASDAQ has been leading the fight here. They will continue to lead. If the NASDAQ fall apart, you're in really, really, really big trouble. But I just don't see the NASDAQ falling apart right now. We're basically looking at, the 2K, the .com bubble all over again, right? So unlike the Russell that we were just looking at, the previous high right here, okay, the NASDAQ is definitely clear. So nothing else has been able to clear its highs but the NASDAQ, all right? And it's, pretty much in this oversold territory or bubble territory, if you will. But I got some levels up here in the near term, okay? And so this is a hard level up here, closer to about 11.5 or 1,200, close to that. We could possibly get there before election. We do have a squeeze on here. We got buy triggers in here. Momentum shifting up, although it is in overbought territory. So that just means that you have to be a little careful, but you got to keep playing what the market's giving. So I'm cautious, but we have a squeeze on this thing, and I can't see this firing short. If it does, we have some big issues, and the Feds, they're not going to let this thing fall apart, but at least they're not trying to. They may destroy the dollar trying to keep this thing up, which that's what they're going to do. And that's what they're doing. So that's, the major indices there, sideways movement there. Now gold has hit that 2,000 target, right? And for you guys that knows, especially on the website, we got the gold and silver group just on here. So make sure you check it out, right? But look at gold. These targets have been on my charts for quite some time, and we can see that's where we are. So we're at 2,000, but I want to shrink this in so you can see all my targets, all right? And in fact, I actually need to update this because there's another major bank, I believe, that has higher targets than this, all right? So we are up against a hard resistance zone right up here at this 2,000. That's why it's red. That's, that's a projection. We're in overbought territory, obviously you can see that. So it would be ideal that this will pull back kind of like it did back here, kind of pull back a little bit, then pull back hard. It was just a nice pullback before it got ready to squeeze off and fire long for the next shot. That's what I would ideally like to see. But we're in very distorted markets right now, so I'm not too sure of how this is going to play out. But it's one of those things that, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for the pullback. If we can get it to come back to the 9, it's already pretty high, but I mean, with the potential here, 2,200 next target, right? 2,500. These are pretty much the targets that I have using my technical analysis. But Bank of America says, bingo, 3,000. So I just want to show you guys this. This is why I'm like, okay, if the banks are this bullish on gold, then you need to be in gold, right? We've been in gold for a while now, right? Before the whole recession kicked off. So if you were in gold and silver before this thing kicked off, you good. You sitting pretty, From this low here, we're at 30-some%. Let me see, 33% off the low. So gold is good, and it's easy money. It's not like chasing stocks, right? So these are the targets up ahead. Now, these targets are up ahead because the Fed's medicine to cure the economy is going to destroy the dollar. So they're in a really effed up situation, if you will, because you can't print money without consequences, and dumb money don't understand this. Smart money understands this. So smart money, like the billionaires, like Jim Rogers and Ray Dalio and these guys, they've been buying gold, right? And so the central banks, everybody been buying gold. So this is, the buyers have already been in there, but supply is really hard for you to get your hands on. So again, I don't know how many times I tell people, but you need to get yourself some physical silver and gold. Okay, you can buy them by the grams, you can buy them by the ounces. You can have your kids get, instead of buying them V-Bucks, buy your kids some silver, right? Buy them some grams of gold, right? Start them investing early. So anyway, that's my level on gold. Let's take a look at silver real quick. All right, and I'm pretty much already at time. So silver here is trying to break out of this zone in here. Looks like it may try to form a flag. It's what it should do, the way it normally should behave. Normally you'll see it kind of chop around in here, form a flag before it makes its next leg up higher. We see it's piercing through right now, trying to come back up. But that's pretty interesting, right? So what's good, Megan? I'm glad to see you, Meg. I know Meg, she was in here early when she first joined. I can't remember when you joined, Meg. I think Megan joined. Okay, we was in here. I think she joined about right here. And she was like, yo, she asked me all the questions, about it. She's like, yo, I just ordered my stuff or whatever. But it took a long time to get it because it's hard to get it out. It's hard for them to get it out the ground, right? Demand is out of this world for it. So you got to wait about 2 months to get it, right? And so, Megan, you got your hands on yours yet? Let me know how that went. But I think she came in about right here. But take a look at silver, right? Okay. Look at that, 103%. Now, you can see that, but you can see it right here, right? Look at that return on silver. When I was telling people, this is the best investment. People was buying stocks in Boeing. People were buying bankrupt stocks. People are listening to all these Instagram celebrities and whoever these people are. And what I was telling y'all, safe bet. We want to take the least amount of risk to make the most amount of profit. And of course, you can make money, but think about that risk that you're taking. And if it didn't go your way, then, you're going to be asked out the same amount to the opposite direction. Unlike that, with silver and gold, you don't get those kind of moves. It's easy. You buy it, you hold it, chill. So those people that's like, oh, I'm not into the trading, it's all kind of strategies for everybody. This was a very simple strategy that even your kids could have done because silver was only $12 an ounce, right? $12 an ounce. In fact, one of my homeboys, he called me up. He called me up and actually I was putting everybody on when we got here. Soon as it lift off, I was like, that's the bottom. Let's get in. I'll call everybody, tip them off. And so I was hitting my mans up and I told them, and some of my boys, they went in and got in when I got in, right? But he didn't. So it came another point. He was still asking questions. I said, yes, get in now, right? That's the flag. He still didn't get in, all right? Came right here. He was calling me again, asking me. And I was like, the same thing I told you last time, man. The thing is going up, all right? So he still didn't get in, right? And then he finally called me, told me he got in. I think he got in about right here. Nonetheless, he still made money, right? But this is one of the easiest plays, that anybody can see, because of course we've been prophesying this whole thing for the longest. I say prophesying or forecasting or predicting, whatever the terminology you want to use. That's what we're doing. So anyway, silver is, it's good money. All right. And I was arguing this case with one of my real estate friends. A lot of people don't really understand how this thing goes. So we had this game that we played called Build Your Stacks. We play this. Let me know if y'all want to do another game. All right. We'll schedule another game. Y'all put it in the chat. If y'all want to do another Build Your Stacks, I'll put it on the schedule. We'll do another live one. Everybody jump in, play it. You need to play this game so that you can understand this. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, right? Some people just set it in ways, and it don't matter how much money you have. But we're at a time right now that is unlike any other time that anybody alive has ever seen, okay? A lot of people have never seen the time that we're actually getting ready to go through right now. So you have to go back through history, you have to go back through history, see the outcome. When the feds are printing all this money to try to stop people from feeling the pain. Y'all remember 2008, the Great Recession? I remember seeing skyscrapers that were being built, and next thing you know, foreclosure signs would just roll down on them. They couldn't even finish the skyscrapers. Unemployment lines are out of this world, right? Everybody felt the 2008 recession. My daughter was asking me, like, how was that, right? I was like, it was sad. It was terrible, right? We're going through a greater depression and you don't feel it, right? Why is it that you don't feel it? That's the whole design, right? That's why you're giving people extra $600 a week so that you can keep going. And the feds are trying to fight deflation, okay, by trying to inflate, and they think that they can inflate to the right level without going into hyperinflation. And so the reason I'm talking about this is because with my real estate friend, a lot of people don't really understand how they make their money in real estate, okay? The real estate is a good investment, don't get me wrong, but you got to understand why it's going up, okay? A lot of people bought houses under when Obama was president, and those houses have appreciated in astronomical amounts. That's why people today really can't afford to buy these houses. They're too expensive, okay? But you don't have enough savings. So this is how we was making our predictions. I'm looking at all these data points, and I'm looking at how Americans were over-levered. Americans never fully recovered under Obama's recession, right? But people was tricked and having this wealth illusion. People were using massive amounts of debt, and now the debt levels are beyond the Obama levels. But we have record amounts of people that haven't been paying their rent. There's data out that came out last week. I want to say, in fact, they had it broken down by the states where people can't pay. They're not able to pay their rent. They're not able to pay their mortgage. And so if tenants are not able to pay their rent and pay their mortgage, who does that negatively impact? I mean, it negatively impacts the real estate investor because he can't collect his cash flow. So that's what I was telling my man is that you have to understand and you need to prepare. You need to have a situation to prepare. You don't have a solution for this. And so the knowledge for you, even though you're successful, is that you don't understand money. I'm trying to teach you about money, baby. You don't understand. When your asset starts to depreciate, right? Because that's what was happening. That's why they put in this money. The reason why you're still getting your cash flows because the Fed is fronting the bill, okay? They're giving people all this money so they can pay their bills. And they just missed their deadline this Friday, right? So now they got this extension that they're trying to, get people this extra $600. And it's a huge debate about these people shouldn't be getting extra $600 because it's killing productivity in itself. And see, as a society, you can't consume what you don't produce. We're already having a hard time with production as it is. And what they did is they create this distortion in the economy, and it's killing production basically. And so because you can't, consume what you don't produce, that means you got to get it from somewhere else. Well, we beefing with someone else, all right? You talking about China, all right? Well, that's what we beefing with, right? We got this whole ban on TikTok that Trump is about to reveal if he already hasn't. Just putting more sanctions and stuff on China. This is not good. This is not the time to be messing around. Smart money has been getting out of cash, okay? And they've been getting into gold and silver and even Bitcoin, right? You've been seeing people get into Bitcoin. And I was telling my man, I would rather have some holdings in Bitcoin than the dollar. You don't understand this. Let me actually pull up Bitcoin real quick. And I put these levels up on Bitcoin real quick. Let me just show you. All right, I had these levels on Bitcoin way back here months ago. All right, my man got a crypto group. Need to put that crypto group. If y'all want a crypto group on Wallstreet Jackboyz, just let us know. I'll go ahead and make the crypto group. You know what I'm saying? For anybody that's into the crypto scene or what have you. But as of lately, Bitcoin has been actually behaving towards my technicals. So I was like, well, let me actually just share some of my work here. And see if this provide any insight. And so interesting thing is I have dropped this chart way back. Let me see. Back here. All right. Because Bitcoin was going into a squeeze, right? And so I think I did this chart here and saw the squeeze, but we're in the extended squeeze, right? And so my levels have already been here. And so when I assessed this thing, I was like, okay, well, Bitcoin has some resistance up ahead. Okay. Well, what are the resistance zones, right? 10,000, right? So you have these are the zones. So you can see them right here. Now, the pink target up here is where Bitcoin wants to go. Why do I say this is where it wants to go like it's a human or something, right? It's kind of weird. About 1,400 is my target on Bitcoin. And the reason why I came up with that was pretty much from this level here. It was what I saw was a pattern that looked similar to this, right? And so all you do is just take the length of this rally up, right? So from this rally, and then this purple line right here is the same length. And all I got to do is just straighten it like this, and then you'll see, bingo. Okay, so it matches right there pretty much where my Fibonacci targets are. And so this is how I came up with this level. It's in a squeeze, and the squeeze is firing long now. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to hit that this week, but over time, I believe that we'll see those targets, in Bitcoin. And again, so you have, everybody pretty much knows, except for the old school investors, that the dollar is going to be destroyed. Okay. The cryptocurrency community knows, the gold, metals guys, the bonds guys, everybody knows except for the dumbasses in the stock market, right? Dumb money. You got to have dumb money. You got everybody recruiting people, but they're not really teaching people about this stuff. Like how I'm showing you guys, I'm teaching you the wisdom so you can understand what's going on. You can make some easy, quick bucks, dumb money, but you still need to be aware of what's happening, big picture here. All right. So I just want to show you guys that. I'll take a look at some stocks from you guys because I'm pretty much already past my level here. Drop in a couple of names. I'll take a look at them for you guys real quick. Let me just give you like 5 minutes. And the reason why I'm trying to get the timing down on this is because you guys know this is the live session. I do go back and do an edited version that takes a lot of my time and resources. And when I'm doing hour-long videos, it takes a long time to edit and render these videos. And so if I can get them down under, like the 30-minute target that I have in mind, I can edit them. I can get them out the same night by email. But again, it takes hours just to get this stuff done. I'm going, pretty long. But I have a lot to cover with you guys, so I do apologize. But my goal is to try to get these videos shortened. Plus, half of y'all don't even listen to the whole damn thing, anyway, right? So, the replays, you guys in here obviously are. So let's see what y'all had in here. What you want to look at? CODX, bingo. CO Diagnostics. Okay, is this one of those biotech companies in here, Ron? Obviously, the chart is bullish itself. Okay, biotech. Yeah. And again, biotech is not my strength. If biotech is your strength, then definitely share your insight. I really don't like the biotechs, but they have lots of volatility when they work. They're hard to get out of. So just keep that in mind. Just know that this 618 retracement right here, this is a resistance level. It has hit that. It popped through and it came back right at that level. This is a level to be concerned with. However, I do think that this thing still got some juice in the tank to go even higher, at least to the 786 retracement here, because it's traded down here. We still haven't hit the overbought territory, and the trend is still good. So I'm still going to hold, long on this. Now, if it does play out, with that volatility like we was talking about, then, you pretty much, you got that target right there to look at to get out. So, but, if you can get some good money in there at that, then you good. So that's how I feel about that. Elda, what's good? Elda, good to see you. Everybody say what's up to Elda. She's so cool. She is so cool. So we did a video call on the website. All right, cool. And Elda's going to be joining us here soon if she already hasn't. Let's see. Scripps, again, this is what I would call a penny stock company. It's not quite penny. It's just a low in value. But quick way to look at this one here is that the trend is going down. Okay, so the trend is going down. So that makes it, a counter trend trade if you're trying to play this to the upside. You have a floor that was down here, okay? So you had a floor that was down here, and the lows have been going higher. So this is what is what we call a counter trend trade. So it's a counter trend trade. That means that they're a little more treacherous because they're going to make their moves up. But this level, it has to clear this level before you want to get into this thing because it's having a hard time clearing this 200 zone. Plus, it has earnings coming up, so you have to be, be aware of that. But as you see, it has not been able to clear this 200 zone every time. So, and it's right at that level. Do you want to enter in at this resistance? I wouldn't want to enter in at this resistance. But if you bought it at the floor, if you bought it here at this floor, or you bought it at this floor, or you bought it at this floor, then this is your profit taking zones where you are at. You see, every time this gets to this zone, everybody's taking profits, right? Every time this stock gets to this zone, everybody's taking profits. So you are at a profit taking zone. So if you got at that floor, you need to be taking profits from this thing. Although it could go higher, it doesn't matter. You follow the technicals. And then you can catch it on the downside. If it pulls back, you can get back in at another time. All right, grab the bag and run. That's right. That's right. What we say? What the shirt say? Make sure you get the shirt. All right. Take profits often. That's how we do it. My man CL Hooper, excuse me, my man. Hoop is on the line. Let me get him straight real quick. He wants to take a look at BOA. Uh-oh. What am I missing here? You said BOA? Huh? And for some odd reason, it's not pulling up. I'm putting in the right ticker. Are you talking about Bank of America, BAC? I imagine that's what you're talking about. Yeah, so the financials. Yeah, so again, same situation we was telling with her, it's trading under its moving averages. It's not the best setup. It is going into overbought territory. He's pushed up against his 100 moving average. So it's up against resistance zone. You want to see if it pops through. If it pops through this resistance zone, then you got from 24.88 to 28. So about a $4 move to get to this level here. Okay, that's the one you're talking about? Yeah. So for me, it had to be pop through the 100 resistance zone. That lets you know that it's good to go. It isn't a squeeze in here. So it's compressing, but this compression could turn back down also when you get like this head and shoulders type of look in here, right? So that could also play out. So I would have to, for me, it had to clear that 100, and it's a counter trend trade. What else? All right, cool. So I got some plays in the chat room on the website from last week that's still in there. We'll be posting them in there, throughout the week as we're seeing them. So make sure you guys go to wallstreetjackboyz.com, check out the website, register, and also make sure you jump into the chat room. Chat room is open 24/7. So get in there, bang, gang, bang, whatever you're doing in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all have fun. I'm doing all this for y'all so y'all can actually have all these resources and, plan on putting some extra things in here. We do got the Zoom meetings in there as well. We got a couple of different things. So y'all be seeing some changes, and, I'll keep you guys informed on things that I plan on keeping or what have you. But with that being said, let me go ahead and bring this thing to a close. We have 50 minutes. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch up in the markets this week. Peace.